up, y'all? What is up? How is everybody doing today, man? I hope everybody's having a good one. I hope you guys are making money work for you, of course. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. You don't know who I am. My name is Brandon Jones, and I specialize in helping you make an extra income, of course, guys. And I want to first start off by just really just saying how much I appreciate you guys for not only the support, but also continuing to grow, build, and work on your businesses alone, right? I know how hard it is as an entrepreneur, and I wanted to create this video not just to show you guys how to do the simple logistics as far as making money, but also I want to talk to you guys about quitting your job. I recently was talking to a mentee of mine with my little brother who is currently in the Air Force. And to give you guys a rundown, my little brother, he's in the Air Force, and he didn't leave high school wanting to join the Air Force. He left high school with the intentions to become an electrician. So how it happened was, if you guys know my story, you know that I have a mom that thinks that she can dictate your moves, right? And as I'm sure a lot of us have, right? We all probably have that family member that thinks that they can control us, okay? And me growing up, I've always had a mother that felt like, you know, she had my best interest at hand, and what she chose for me was the route that I shall take, right? And then I had to, you know, try to detach numerous times, okay, from her, and let her know that, you know, my decisions are my decisions, and what I choose is what I choose, and ultimately I will deal with the results, right? But what I've learned throughout that moment, in that time, in those experiences, is that, you know, when people try to control you, whether it is your mother, whether it is your uncle, your dad, whatever, when they try to control you, like family members that are really close to you, the intermediate family, 9 times out of 10, it's really because they care about you and they think that they know what's best, right? Now, here's a caveat to that is, how do we know if they really know what's best if they're used to only one type of thing, right? So, prime example, my mother, to give you a little rundown, is she works for the government. She worked on a government base, and she made really good money. She went to college. She had her master's, all of that other stuff. You know, little accolades that I think she worked hard for, right? But one thing I'll say is, she didn't own her own business. She did I think her minor was business management, so she knew a little bit about business, but she didn't have one. And I say all of these details just to highlight the fact that she didn't understand where I wanted to go, right? And a lot of family members, they may have our good intentions, or may have good intentions, and want us to succeed, but they don't know where we're going, right? Because they've never tried to go where we're trying to go. So they don't understand. So when they try to control us, instead of them looking at it as control and them trying to dim our light or trying to deter us from doing what we want, they sometimes will think in their heads that, hey, I'm just trying to do what's best for you and you need to do X, Y, and Z. So fast forward back to the whole brother situation. Is my brother, he graduated middle school in New Jersey, and he had two options. He can go to a regular high school or a trade high school. Now, I went to a regular high school, right? Remember, I'm the oldest. He's the youngest. My mom already knew how the regular high school life was, right? She knew how it was getting into sports, and all of that. And I think what she did was she tried to persuade him to go get a trade, and he did. Okay, I told him, I remember it like it was yesterday. I told him, I said, hey, bro, if you don't want to go to trade school, just tell her you don't want to go to trade school and go to your regular school. He decided to just oblige with what his mother wanted because he thought that it would make her happy. So he goes to the trade school to be an electrician, right? And he does everything throughout his 4 years that he needs to do, and he gets a certificate, and he goes out into the real world and becomes an electrician. The problem is he didn't get the job that he wanted. Like, he didn't have a stable job as an electrician. He was having trouble finding gigs, and when he did get gigs, he would get paid less than what he was promised. It was just really shaky. And in the midst of all of this, he's seeing his friends go off to college. His friends go to college parties. He's starting to see like a lot of people venture out. So what does he do? He resorts to saying, okay, let me try and find something that makes me feel good. I'm going to say it again. Let me find something that makes me feel accomplished and good. Okay. And this is when I stepped in. I'm like, yo, bro, I think you just want to join the military because you want to feel some sense of accomplishment. Because right now you're an electrician. You did everything that your peers did, but you don't have any next step. So your next step right now is looking for another job, and that's regular to you. But your friends, their next steps are going and getting their stuff for their dorms and dating girls in college. And he starts to see it from afar. And you might be like, well, why didn't he go to college? Well, the funny thing is he could have, but he needed financial aid. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, my mom was like in the transition of helping him with it, but she wanted him to go to a certain school, so he decided to join the Air Force. And it was solely because he said, I wanted to go to college and they'll pay for my college. But I'll tell you what it was. It was because he wanted to feel accomplished. And a lot of people, they do these things because they want to feel accomplished, right? Um, and they go out and adventure and they try and explore new things because they want to have a feeling of coming back home and feeling like, oh yeah, everybody missed me, and I'm a soldier, I'm doing, and all of those things are valid. They're valid if that's something that you really want to do for the true intention of, hey, I want to be in the Air Force, but not if you're just trying to go out and feel something, because you can bring that feeling to you doing numerous of things. But here's the thing, I'm not disappointed in him. I'm actually pretty proud of him because he's been able to travel the world and do a bunch of different things, right? Now, the reason I explained that story was because a lot of us are doing what my little brother did in real life, right? A lot of us are past the military stage. Instead, we're not necessarily going to the military, but we're going into different endeavors because we're trying to feel important. We're trying to feel accomplished. So you're starting a business that you have no business being in because you don't even enjoy it, nor do you know anything about it. But you're saying, hey, I want to start this business because you want to feel accomplished. Because right now in life, you don't feel like you're doing anything. And I'm speaking to that person. I'm speaking to the person out there that feels like, hey, I really want to. Hold on, y'all. I'm talking to the person that feels like they are out there just searching for something that maybe missing, right? I want to feel like I am doing something great. I want to feel like I am changing something. I want to have that importance. I want to come back and hear a reception from people. And none of us really want to be normal. But there are, and what I say, none of us, I want to really drill down to what I'm saying. None of us hustlers, people that are actually out here and thinking outside of the box instead of just fitting inside of one, right? Because you do have some people, they just want to live. They literally just want to live. They just want to make enough money to be able to come home, play video games, or they want to make enough money to pay their bills and relax, right? And I'm listen, that is nothing wrong with them. But I'm talking to the people out there that are looking to build generational wealth, that are looking to, before their parents pass or their grandmother pass or before any of that happens, they want people to know that they are accomplished and successful, right? Like that is how some of us think is, hey, I want to leave a legacy. Not everybody wants to leave a legacy, but I'm talking to those that do. You need to slow down, right? I just talked to a guy. We've been working on him phone flipping. He made his first 5,000 November phone flipping and quit his job. Didn't tell me. He just quit his job. And he called me up. He was a mentee of mine. And if you guys don't know, yes, you can go ahead and you can start doing mentorships with me. It's on hustletaught.me.com. You just go over to education, mentorship. You take a questionnaire and then we'll take it from there. Okay. I have a video that explains a bit of what we do in the mentorship, but you hit apply for limited spots because there are limited spots. You scroll and then go ahead and just click start. And it's going to be a questionnaire, and then someone will get back to you, and we'll start to vet and see, if everything if it lines up, because I don't just mentor just anybody. I don't just take anybody's money. And if you're somebody that's looking out there like, oh my God, I don't have enough. Listen, I have people that pay as low as $50 a month for mentorships. You know what I mean? It all depends on what you need, and how we can build you up to making 6 figures a year. That's my goal, right? But this mentee, he quit his job. I said, yo, what are you doing, man? He said, I quit my job, bro, because I really want to start doing this, and I want my family to know that I want to make my mom proud, and they're so proud of me when they see that I'm actually making money. I'm about to move out. He's moving too fast, and a lot of us are moving too fast. And I'm honestly giving you guys the same talk I gave to him, so you guys don't even have to pay me for my mentorship, because here's the thing: you never want to quit your job until you know for a fact that you need to quit it, because your fulfillment rate is so high that you need to actually supplement your current job with your self-employed business, because you're running out of time or you need more time, right? But phone flipping doesn't require you to quit your job ever. Phone flipping does not require you to ever quit your job if you don't want to, because all you need to do is outsource, hire other people to go meet people and buy the phones. Don't give the people money, but instead you pay with like Cash App or Zelle, and you have people go out and meet other people and literally go and do the transaction for you. See, here's how it works, right? I have a guy, he lives in Atlanta, Georgia. He makes over 6 figures flipping phones alone. He doesn't do any Facebook ads. He doesn't do anything unique. He doesn't do anything spectacular. He doesn't do no tricks. He literally just sticks to the basics. He goes on OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. He even goes on Craigslist and he looks for phones. He buys the phones, but here's the thing. He has a brother and a sister, and they both help him. So he still works at Amazon. And he works at Amazon because it makes sense. It kind of like helps him. Because what he does is he'll have his brother and sister go out and meet people. He pays them, and they are doing the physical transactions. Now he has two people doing work for him, and now he has the power of three people, including himself, his brother and sister. And while he's working, making the money to actually invest in phones, his brother and sister are spending that money on other phones and flipping it, and they're creating a reselling business coming soon. So like just that type of format, I guess I shall say, that type of format can help you. Yeah. Because again, quitting your job may sound great. It may look cool, but it hurts when it doesn't work, and then you have to restart. Okay. So what I would say is, don't just quit your job. I think it's really important for us to realize how important it is to have a fund, right? And I like to think of a job as like a change fund. And you guys will hear me, if we ever, work together, talk about change funds in a multitude of ways. A change fund in a retail environment is going to be the envelope that holds the money from the cash register, right? So every day in my stores, we start with $150 cash. But the $150 is never sitting in the register overnight, right? We take that 150, put it in the envelope, put it in the safe in the back room. We then, when they come in the morning, go to the back room, unlock the safe, take the $150 bag, take the $150 out, put it in the register. Any money we make over 150, so any money we make, we at the end of the day, we take that 150 out. We go and take whatever is left from all of our transactions, and that money goes into the bank. That $150 goes back in an envelope, and we keep recycling that $150. It's the same thing with phone flipping, and it's the same thing with reselling. You need to have a change fund. A lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people do know that, but don't do it because they don't have the discipline. And that is sort of kind of what we continue to drill, is discipline, because discipline is really important, right? And I had, and I'm going to continue to mentor people to not make the mistakes that I think a lot of people that don't surround themselves around like-minded people do, right? I think that was the difference between me being successful and me being a failure, is me wanting success so bad that I was willing to try and do everything or anything, not realizing that it really just took patience, and it really just took me sitting my behind down and relaxing and actually tuning into what I enjoy and what works, right? Because if you just tune into what you enjoy, right? Let's say you don't like your job, but your job is paying, but then you quit your job because you want to create clothes because you feel like creating clothes is your talent and you enjoy doing it. But it's creating clothes making more money than you would be making on your job? If no, don't quit the job. Just make the clothes on the side, because the clothes on the side don't demand that attention yet. So before you quit your job and have to go back and restart when you realize, I'm only saying feel, when you realize your business is going to fail, I want you to do this. I want you to not quit your job. I want you to write down a goal, our plan, and see exactly if that plan works. If it doesn't, I want you to alter that plan. But I don't want you to quit your job. Please do not. And if you're making money with a side hustle, let's say phone flipping, or let's say reselling, let's say you're making 5K a month, like this individual just started doing, what I want you to do is keep making that 5K. If you can replicate and duplicate the same thing while having a job, the job is the security. And it's not the security for you, but it's security for your business. It's the investor for your business. I want you to start thinking about it like that. And I'm just making this video because I know that I push out a lot of being independent and being an entrepreneur, but I always do tell you guys, I'm doing nothing but giving you guys the complete truth and things that I've realized, especially with the foundation others are creating. All right. So don't quit your job, guys. Do not quit your job. I want you guys to continue to stay focused, continue to grow, and then quit your job once you realize that the demand takes more than what you can afford having both job and side hustle or business. Okay. All right. And again, guys, if you guys want to work, you guys can go to education, go to mentorship. You can always get a mentorship. Our mentorships, listen, it's not about the money. It's about the result. If I can get you to 6 figures next year, that's what will help me get more mentorships, right? So it's really important for me to tell her because you won't find a price. You will not find a price. The price does not exist because the price is tailored to each individual person. You let us know your budget. That's how it works. So it's like apply for limited spots. I have to tell them that I'm actually doing this. They'll ask you for your first name. So we'll say John. And then I'll just say Doe. Okay. Then ask you for your Instagram name. Give us that. Email. Okay. Ask you for your age. Okay. Ask you for your current job. And then it asks you for your budget. Let us know what your budget is. Okay. What is your budget to starting a business? It could be $10 to 99. It could be 100 to 5. It could be whatever. And then you keep answering the questions. Then I have a team member come out and reach out to you, or I might, depending on what the answers are, because sometimes others can handle the dialogue and figuring out and asking the right discovery questions to put you in the right tier of how we can help you. Okay, we are into next year creating 6-figure earners, not 5-figure. Okay, I'm over the 5-figure thing because I want to continue to help people scale. All right, now let's stick to and let's get into phone flipping. Okay, so phone flipping. So just real quick, let's talk about it. Phone flipping is doing pretty well for me, myself, and I. I think that phone flipping is very lucrative right now, I say. Okay, I want to actually pull up the price list real quick because I want to explain something. I've had a few people take us up on an offer for the phone flipping price list. Okay, the phone flipping price list is on Hustle to Taught Me as well. The phone flipping price list is on the menu. This phone flipping price list you can download here. Okay, it also shall be linked below. Now, hold on, guys. I'm just pulling it up. I got a few questions about this price list, and a few people have asked me. They're like, okay, hey, where are the 50 buyers? Like, where are the 50 phone flipping buyers? And I tell them, no. It's not 50 lists that you're downloading. It's only one list with 50 buyers on the list. Okay. If we were to give you 50 individual lists, you would be very confused. And it would be overwhelming because then you would have an issue figuring out who's paying the most, right? So the way this price list works is there's 50 buyers. We find the median price, which means we find the highest and the lowest buyer. We add those prices. Then we divide those by whatever number or amount of buyers we are working with. So it'll be 50. So we add 50 prices together, then divide them by 50, and then we come up with these prices. And this happens every single Monday. I meet with them on Teams. So no, Google Meet, excuse me, no damn Teams. But yeah, so guys, that's how this price list works. This price list is very intricate. It's very complicated. The behind the scenes are very complicated because these are real people, right? So you would find the device. We have new phones that we work with. You can sell us new phones, used phones, Samsungs, iCloud Lock blacklisted, iPads, Apple accessories, Apple watches, and MacBooks. But I want to highlight in Apple accessories, there's not just like cases. No, these are home pods, what else? AirTags, AirPods, Apple mouses, PS5s, Xboxes, Nintendo Switches. So you can sell us all of these, right? But the most beneficial thing I see people using right now is the blacklisted and iCloud Lock. They're selling iCloud Lock and blacklisted devices to the price list, okay? And that helps you. That helps you be able to double your money. It helps you to be able to buy whatever you essentially want, right? It helps you highlight or amplify your buying power, okay? And I tell people, you need at least like $100 to start actually selling phones. But if you have a price list that gives you market value, you're going to win. Now, what do I mean by that? So we're going to take a phone, for example. I'm going to just randomly select. So an iPhone 16 plus 128. Let's say you have an iPhone 16 plus 128. So if you have an iPhone 16 plus 128, like new, so basically brand new in the box or no scratches, cracks in the box, we will be paying $450 minimum. Now, what I mean by minimum is every price that you see on the price list is the low bare minimum price. That means you're not going to get anything lower, but it doesn't necessarily mean you won't get anything higher. Now, let me explain what I mean. What I mean is every single time you want to sell a phone to us, okay, it takes around, so to do this whole process, it could take anywhere from 1 to 3 days. Now, let me tell you why. Because it all depends on how much money you want to make. So we could say, okay, so you want to sell us a 16 plus 126 locked, like new phone. Perfect. If it is a phone that you have, you send us the IMEI, you send us that greed, and you also can send us any like extra things you want to tell us. Okay. Good morning. So I'm not even going. The light thing. The light thing is a light. It's just a light that I brought. Yeah, it's like a light, a stick light. But yeah, so the 16 plus, you will send us all the information via email. So we have an email in the information tabs that you send your device specifications or whatever you're trying to sell to us. From that email, we take that and blast it to all 50 buyers. Now, right now it's daytime where I'm at. But overseas, there's going to be buyers that are sleeping. So usually we'll give this blast and we'll wait a little bit for them to be able to, put their bid in, because now all the buyers just respond with numbers. They don't respond with real dialogue, really, unless they're like, hey, the worst phone you can sell to us and think that you're going to get an immediate high price is a crack phone. I had a guy sending a crack device recently, and what their worry is okay, if I buy this cracked device, are we guaranteeing it doesn't have any water damage? Are we guaranteeing the cameras work? Are we guaranteeing the speakers work? Which are all legitimate questions, right? So it takes time, okay? It will take time depending on what you are selling. But if you're selling a phone that's intact, it's going to be faster. So what happens is they start to say, okay, I'll buy it for $450. I'll buy it for 460, 470, 480, or whatever price they deem, right? They'll start saying, hey, I'll buy it. And they're basically bidding against each other. Okay. And I told you guys why I do this. I do this because I know how it is to have one buyer, and having one buyer puts you in a bad position and you start to actually lose money. You lose money. You start to actually not be able to have that leverage, because if your buyer knows you only have one buyer, they're just going to take advantage of you. That's really how it works. They're just going to take advantage of you. So the price list is here on hustlertaught.me.com. And you guys can go ahead and get that whenever you would like, or you can get a free price list and you can do the same exact thing. Regardless, use a price list. Okay. So let's make some offers. I know that a lot of people, they may have issues when it comes to how do I source these phones. And honestly, my scale, or my system that I'll use with other mentees is we make 10 offers a day. Now, these 10 offers we make are contingent on what phones are available, obviously, and we don't want to offer phones, and we offer offers to the same phones, right? So we do it through OfferUp and Facebook. You don't need Facebook ads. That is a complete misconception, that you need Facebook ads to start flipping phones or to get a bunch of phone offers or leads. Okay, that's not what it is. Okay, you can go to OfferUp, type in iPhone, and you can find, and then hit recent first. You can find everybody that's trying to sell phones now. Okay, this person obviously got some cases they're making, which are really nice. So I should buy some of these. Where are they getting these from? These are nice. I wonder if they make these. These are really nice. Sorry, guys. All right, so let me go back. Type in iPhone, right? And you start to see phones, right? What we do is we want to give 10 offers to the most recent phones that we're interested in, right? We want to take shipping off because I see California. We're nowhere near California. Okay, and I usually do the places that I know, right? So we see a 12 Pro. I wouldn't buy that, right? I'm only going to do real ones that I would really do. I see this one is promoted, right? And it's $350, which is a fair amount, even though this is only worth around 200, 250. I know, right? And that's why it's been around for 16 days, because they probably want too much. And then they're saying minus scratch on the back, still in good condition. Now, I'm not sure. That's not a scratch, it's a crack. Okay, so what we would do is, usually a crack or a scratch is negative $100. You heard me, $100. So I can do, I'm gonna say $100, right? Hopefully they want to negotiate up. But I could say something so they may not respond, right? So I can say something like, do you still have the box? Now, that would entice that person to respond, because they would probably think it's contingent. That offer may suck, but it's only contingent on if you have the box, right? So I may give you a better offer, right? Then I'll offer. So now let's look at this. iPhone 13 fully carry unlocked. Nice. Not brand new. Minor scratches on the front. No cracks at all. Only selling because I have a new phone. I know it's the holidays. Just give me an offer and we can work on the price. Once again, carrier unlocked. All you have to do is put your SIM card in and your number will automatically be transferred over. That's not true necessarily. But let's see what they're talking about. So I see they haven't. Okay. So that's not. Okay. And this is a great example. This is not a scratch. This is a crack. Okay. Now, even though you may, well, let me not say that. This looks like, because usually if you see a line that comes, I hope you guys can see this. Maybe I shall zoom in a little bit. Let me see. And right here is like a little line. This is not a scratch. Now, it may be, but I'm just from viewing it, I don't think it is. I think that it is a crack. And the way you can tell if these are cracks is literally by taking the fingernail on your thumb and just swiping it over. If your fingernail goes inside, 9 times out of 10, it's a crack. We judge that as a crack. If it doesn't go inside, it just goes over it, then you're good. Okay. That's what I like to tell people. So, it all depends. But it is really scratched up. So I wouldn't even at all offer 300. Or the price that it's worth is 250 or 235, right? So I can do 175. If they go, do you still have the box? Now I keep asking, do you still have the box, because I want them to respond at least. Okay. You can ask any question that you want, right? But this is like a question I usually ask, and it usually works for me. And I'm into like doing what works, right? All right, perfect. That's 2. We're gonna do 10 together. We have an iPhone 14 black. Okay. Now I see this person's taking a picture in the car. That makes me feel good, because now I know this may be a real person. I don't think, but now why do I care? Because it was created in December 2024. I look at all this stuff because all of this stuff matters, right? I've met people that have tried to buy things off OfferUp and got set up. I've met people that had profiles as girls and they're really guys. I've met, and I'm sure a lot of you have. There's a bunch of funny stuff that happens on any app, right? So you just got to make sure. So if I see somebody has created their OfferUp in the same month that I'm looking, I usually shy away. But these look like personal pictures. Um, you can see, like you can see that they're outside of a 7-Eleven, I believe. You can see that home screen. But what's weird is, and this is how much of attention I pay to photos. The screen, right here has a generic background, but here it has a color background. Now, yeah, they could have just switched it to show us, but it's weird because this says 431, this says 414, this says 429. So there's a whole bunch of different time frames, and maybe they just was like, oh, the last picture, I just changed it to this, but it's kind of weird. Okay, I don't. That gives me a little weird feeling. So I can do $250. Do you still, or I could say this is unlocked, right? Boom. And just leave it like that. And then when I do that, now I'm giving myself room to again have them answer me. Let's see. Won't accept that. No. Okay, so this is the iPhone 14. Great. Watch this. Understood. If you change your mind, let me know. Or if you find the price that works. Boom. So understood. If you change your mind, let me know. Or if you want to find a price that works, I'm always here. We buy phones and can cash you out in store. Now, I don't have my other phone on me right now where I'm at, so I'm not giving my number, but usually that's where I would leave my number. Okay. And then I'll leave it alone, because that's a lead. At least I'm there. I know that this person got my message. This person is now answering me, which means that I got them. I know it may not seem that way, but the fact that they said won't accept that offer shows me they will. Okay. I might need to go up. They might not know if I would negotiate or not. Now, another thing I want to highlight is when you see things like this, right? When people are hiding the IMEIs or the Wi-Fi address, which the Wi-Fi address, hiding the Wi-Fi address is actually pretty valid, because if they're at home, you can technically um, find their address by finding their Wi-Fi address. Just saying. But the EID, them hiding that is no point. But anyway, the fact that they are hiding this shows you they're not a wholesale seller. A wholesale seller is a person that sells the device um, because they get devices all the time. So they're looking to sell a device so they can get more devices from stores. They use other people's credits, CPNs, they use other people's accounts. They just get phones all the time. Those are the people you want to attack, because they'll literally bring you phones all the time. Okay. But you can tell this person is not that. And you can also tell by the price. The price is way higher than all the other ones. 15 plus is not worth that. I can do 250. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing about this, right? I know it's like, well, why the hell would they accept that? They might not. And it would take some negotiating at this point, because one, this person probably doesn't understand the value of phones. So I probably would stay away from that. And what the hell? iPhone 16. I don't even know what that means. Oh, we're not even gonna entertain it. All right, we got the iPhone 13 again. So I'm really trying to actually look for phones that we can get. I'm not really into wasting my time. So like I look for 13s, because as you see, it's a bunch of 13s here. And why are there 13s? It's because people are getting new phones from Christmas. So this is the perfect time for you to start phone flipping. Perfect time. Why? Sorry, I'm writing something down. Why is the perfect time to start phone flipping? Because people are they already opened their gifts 2 days ago. They already set their phones up. Now it's time for us to buy the old ones, right? Because they're about to collect dust. And now people are like, well, I just spent bread on gifts. I want my money back. You know what I mean? I can do. They got rent coming up. I'm telling you. That's why you would want to do that. Um, See, 250 is a reasonable, and it's Xfinity. Uh, but we never. I can do 175. Do you? I have watch this. I have Xfinity. I can get this paid off. Now, why am I saying this? I'm just saying this honestly, just so this person can think of me as somebody to sell to, because when they look at my profile, they see a bunch of phones for sale. So obviously they're going to look at my profile and they're gonna be like, oh, this person is a low baller, or whatever, you know what I mean? This says iPhone 13, 128, good condition, but then it says AT&T Cricket and Boost. Oh, and they said they're funny. No, this is iPhone 13. I don't know what they're talking. I can do 200. Do you still have the box? I might do a video with them responding, because I don't see them responding. And I don't always get people that just want to say yes, right? Like I don't always get people that just want to buy right away, but I do want to say I do get people that sell me phones all the time, because I'll just leave my phone number if they say no, and then they'll double back, and then I'll cut the price more, right? I can do 200 for this. No, I could do 170. I keep saying 175 because 175 manipulates people into thinking that they're getting more, obviously, in 150, and they're almost at 200, which makes them feel more enticed to uh, accept the offer, right? Because I don't really want to go over 230 because I probably could sell this for 250 to 300, 275 range. Okay. This is paid off, right? And just see how I keep asking questions and I keep leading off with right. Now I really would want to get this, even though it's an old phone. It's one of the best phones out there. I can do well. Hopefully this person doesn't know the value. 125. This is unlocked. Right. Now, why would I want to get this? Because overseas this is still selling really well, and I do exactly what I just showed you guys to do. I'll use a price list and I'll try to get that price list to get buyers to negotiate. Okay, perfect. No deal. Perfect. So no deal, and yes, right? Completely fine. I understand. What was I understand? Just let me know you want to work on a deal. I'll buy it. That's it. I'll buy it. I ain't even going to push it too much because I could say, let me know and I'll buy it ASAP. Da, da, da. I don't want to seem desperate. Person has only 2 reviews, so they probably sold like 2 things. Ain't nothing too crazy. All right, so we did those. I don't go over 10 offers a day. Now, the reason I don't is because I don't want to over offer people and then tomorrow I don't have no phones to offer or to, put offers in for. Sometimes I like to put everybody in batches. Like, okay, this is my Monday batch. This is my Tuesday batch. And of course, a batch is 10 offers. So how many people are turning into leads from every 10? Like, I look at that stuff because again, if you do Facebook ads, you're going to get the same leads that other people are getting and the same responses, same questions. And ultimately you're in a bidding battle with another phone flipper that may have more money than you and maybe more desperate than you. Very important. All right. So that is how we are going to be doing those phone offers. Now, let's talk about some AirPods, okay? Because I did get a question. Um, I did get a question. I'm trying to think where I got the question at. But basically, it was on YouTube. A guy asked me, he said, hey, bro, I don't see the AirPods. I don't see the AirPods on your website. Okay, so let's talk about We Supply. Okay, this is my baby. This is my website, right? Y'all already know I love. Listen, I love wesply.com. Okay, it stands for We Supply. Okay, we supply demand. Now, this website is something I've worked on. I've worked on building this company throughout this year. And this company is meant to become a wholesale website for all resellers. Okay, I know how it feels to not be able to get wholesale products or have to buy a bunch of products in order to get a good discount. Okay, I am giving you guys my discount. I am really digging deep into my own dang pocket to make sure that you guys are making some money. So first we had a resellers kit, right? So that resellers kit comes with some replicas as well, right? So you'll get replicas. You'll also get some guides from hustlertaughtme.com. So you'll get the reselling academy. You'll get the unban me blueprint to not get banned on eBay, but also to prevent getting banned on eBay. And then you'll get the eBay strategy where I show you guys my strategy on how I actually personally list and scale products on eBay. This comes with 40 products, depending on the box type you choose. Just choose the basic one, and you can choose what type of box that you want. You can say trending. Trending is going to be all of the products that we are selling really well with our eBay automation, okay? So you'll get things of a bunch of different things, okay? One product that's really selling well that we are just pushing is the 3-in-1 charger pad. That is selling really well. So you get like 5 of those. You'll get headphones, you'll get cases, you'll get screen protectors, you'll get speakers, all of this stuff in one box. So this box is meant to be a business in a box, okay? That's what the product reseller starter kit is. People order multiple when they order monthly, okay? So that's what that is. But pertaining to this whole notion of the replicas, you can go to audio and just go to replica and clones. And as you can see, you'll see AirPod Gen 2 replicas. Now, I'm going to go main screen, I said mainstream. main screen in a second just to talk about this. But as you guys can see, they're $40, right? Now, them being $40, of course, that is something, in my opinion, that will always entice people, because this $40 is only for if you want to buy one, okay? You can get more and get a bigger discount. So you can get 4 for 152, 6 for 216, and 12 for $408. Now, these are the replicas, okay? These are the replicas, and I'm going to walk you guys through what these replicas have just real quick before I get off, okay? So now you get the serial number, of course. You get the whole same package that most AirPods come with, okay? Most AirPods come with a package similar, okay? I don't really like to harp on the packaging, because the packaging at this point, if you're buying the packaging with the, and this isn't even at all how these come, it comes with the green tab, but the tab isn't like a tape tab, it's a adhesive tab, which really matters. This is just a sample. This is like what I show people in videos, but when you get yours, it will have the green tab, and they will actually be the real tabs that Apple uses. You're also going to have, of course, the same packaging. The serial number is, you can look it up. What else? The UPC works as well, guys. And it also has the design by Apple, the Apple loop, the address, and all of that, okay? Now, when you open it, okay, it has the pamphlet. Now, what I like to tell people is the pamphlet, regardless of what you're doing, right? This pamphlet really stays the same. It's the same thing. What these factories do is they print these pamphlets out word for word. So there's no difference, right? The difference with our replicas are going to be the AirPods themselves. So I'm going to take this out, and we're just going to start literally with the plastic, okay? This matters. I know you may not think it does. It does. So on the back of it, it tells you the Apple loop, and that is what happens, or what comes with the real AirPods. The Apple loop address has to be on the back of it. You might not. Oh yeah, you can see it a little bit. Yep. So that address is there. Also, it has it right here. Okay. Now this pair is dead because, again, this is our sample pair, but it has, of course, the connecting button in the back. I want you guys to see it, but it's kind of, yeah, you can see it a little bit. Yep. It has the magnetic pull. Okay. It also has, of course, the 2 earbuds. Okay. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because the individual on YouTube that made the comment, he was saying, yeah, I don't see him. I don't see him. I don't see the box. Well, the reason you don't see the box is because we can't put the box online. Okay. If you go on AliExpress, you go on Alibaba, you go on DHgate. When you look up for replicas, the reason you're not going to really see the packaging, the legitimate packaging, is because of copyright. Right, you don't want Apple to be attacking your website, and they will, right? So that's why we have our packaging looking like this, okay? And it comes in something like this, only because we don't want any issue shipping. We don't want customs to bother if we're shipping overseas, and we also don't want people to steal your packaging. We rather them think it's just a generic pair, okay? Now, this works with Find My iPhone. A lot of other replicas don't have that. And I go over this in a bunch of videos where I have the unboxing of these. But I wanted to make that clear for people that may be confused, that these are legitimate AirPod reps. These reps, we have had no chargeback still till this day. And I've been saying it and saying it and saying it. And you would think that people would start. And I'm not talking about people that buy from me. I'm talking about customers that actually buy from you, from eBay and things of that nature, because I walk you through exactly how to list AirPod replicas as well. I'm not one of those YouTubers that fakes and acts like they are selling reps. There's a bunch of those out there that try to act like they're really selling the replicas, and I can guarantee you they're not, right? Because replicas, they don't make you oh, and this is another thing. So make sure the ones that you buy, even if it ain't from me, make sure they have a barcode inside. Okay, that's an easy telltale on a good rep and a bad rep, okay? And if you don't see the barcode right here, that barcode matters, okay? All right, and that's important, okay? That is one of the biggest telltale signs if your rep is bad or good. All right, guys, so I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I appreciate you all. I love you guys, and I hope you guys continue to make money work for you and don't work for the money. You guys be safe and take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys at the top because it's way too crowded at the bottom. But before we go, again, this is how you get them. You just go to audio, replica, and clones. We have the max clones, and we also have the AirPod replicas, okay? A clone and a replica are two different things. A clone is a one of one, and a replica is going to be a clone is a one of one, but has no trademarking, so it doesn't have the logo and it doesn't have the serial number, but a replica does. A replica is meant to look exactly alike. The clones are meant to look alike, but a little bit different when they don't have the logos, obviously. So you will definitely not get them taken down or any problems with those. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.